There are new and loud calls this morning for the HHS secretary's resignation, and those calls coming from inside the Department of Health and Human Services itself. More than 1,000 current and former HHS workers are making this demand in a new letter released just this morning. They say his leadership has, quote, put the health of all Americans at risk. CNN's Meg Terrell is here with much more on this. Tell us more. You've seen this letter. What more are they saying here?
Yeah, so of course this follows a letter that they sent after the shooting at CDC's headquarters in August. And they say they haven't received a direct response from Secretary Kennedy to that letter where they asked him for more protection for HHS employees. And what they said was to stop spreading misinformation that they said put them in danger. Now this letter is explicitly calling for him to resign, and they are asking, if he declines to do so, for the White House and Congress to step in and appoint a new HHS secretary. So some of the reasons they cite here that they say are putting the health of all Americans at risk include the firing of the CDC director last week and the resignations that prompted of multiple CDC leaders afterwards, the appointment of what they call political ideologues to multiple vaccine policy positions, both advising the CDC and within HHS, and the rescinding of COVID-19 emergency use authorizations by the FDA without what they say supporting data or showing the methods for supporting that. And of course, this call follows calls from multiple members of Congress, from Senator Patty Murray, from Senator Bernie Sanders, from Representative Rosa DeLauro. I mean, these are Democrats and an independent. Of course, this is not a bipartisan call for his resignation, but louder and louder calls coming from Congress and also inside HHS.
He is going to be before Congress tomorrow,
yes,
right? So this is all coming together at quite a moment. Also, at the same time, you have new reporting about a vaccine expert, a doctor, a pediatrician that we have had on this show all the time, Dr. Paul Offit. He has long been on a very important outside expert advisory panel to the FDA. Yeah. And he is now no longer. What's the story here?
Yeah, so this is Dr. Paul Offit. A lot of folks will remember him from the COVID pandemic. He's been on this FDA advisory panel, VRBPAC, it's called, since 2017. He served 2 terms, and his last term expired at the beginning of 2025. He told us he was asked to stay on for an additional 4 years, and he agreed to 2 years, so he was supposed to be there until 2027. He is what's known as a special government employee, and a spokesperson for HHS told us, quote, the FDA issued notifications to certain advisory committee members whose special government employee terms have expired and therefore can no longer participate in advisory committee work. And so essentially saying his paperwork hasn't gone through. But this, nonetheless, is a very prominent critic of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. These folks have been clashing for years, RFK Jr. and Paul Offit, directly with one another. So, you know, it's not hugely surprising to see him not on this committee anymore, or at least not participating in the committee. But, you know, paperwork?
Question mark. Exactly. Meg, thank you, as always, for your great reporting on this.